all this stuff.
Hello, Mr. Samuel.
Oh my god, with the immediate red flag, we're starting already.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm okay. How old are you?
I am 29.
Uh-oh!
What are we talking about?
Here we go. We start at 29, so it's already the wall. Oh, man.
Okay, Mr. Samuel, I just heard you say, if we just give men what they really want, then we will be able to be married and have a good life with the man.
True. The only issue is that you are 29 years old and this is your first time hearing it. You should have first heard it when you were 18 years old. You see what I'm saying? Hello and welcome to the heliosblog. My name is Helios, here for another reaction video. This one is from Kevin Samuel's channel. It's called The Most Dangerous Conversation Ever. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, hitting all for notifications. If you're listening on the podcast, please give me a 5-star review, give me a follow. If you'd like me to comment on a video compilation, maybe a blog post, please send it to theheliosblog at gmail.com. Let's continue.
I disagree.
I disagree! Oh my god. I'm gonna quote Kevin, okay? You cannot make this shit up. Oh man. So what? You don't give men what they want? You just do whatever you want and you're going to end up happy? Yeah, that's not gonna fly.
You have any children?
I do. I have a son.
Oh no. It all comes out, guys. 29 single mom. You see? Like, you can't make this shit up. Like, yeah, and then she doesn't want to do everything the man wants. She wants to do what she wants to do, of course.
And were you married?
Was I married when I
No.
conceived? No.
Okay,
Of course
go
not.
ahead.
All right. So I disagree because I'm a social worker. So I'm in the helping field, and I just got out of a long-term relationship. And when I was in the relationship, he would tell me, okay, I want to go back to school. I want to pursue my degree. I want to finish, I want to finish my degree.
She got into bed with Chad, is what happened. And Chad just sold her pretty lies, saying that he wanted to go back and do stuff, but actually what he was doing was he was mooching. So if you knew that he was that type of guy, you should have not had a child with him. You know that, right?
So I thought, okay, great. Let me come up with a plan on, let's see how we can get your degree.
Okay, why is she coming up with the plan? Do you see what I'm saying? That implies the guy is not ambitious. That implies the guy is not the leader of the relationship. That implies that she's leading her relationship and not him. Well, obviously that's going to go badly. And of course she's going to end up as a single mom. You see, before, mothers and grandmothers and fathers and brothers and the whole wide community would tell the girl that that guy is a trash can and she shouldn't be with him, right? But nowadays, that's not the case. Nowadays, it's just do whatever you want. Be with Chad and nothing wrong will ever happen, you see? And then they end up as single moms and wonder what went wrong.
Let's see what type of money we got to put in for you to do these. But when it came down to it, that's not what he really wanted to do. So
Hold on. Are you judging all men based upon what you're talking about?
Oh, right. This is another thing. Because of solipsism, what tends to happen is that women will judge the general population based on their personal opinion. It's not based on facts, data, statistics. It's not based on the wisdom of other people. It's solely based on their own opinion. And obviously that's not going to work, right? Okay, let's continue.
I'm not, but...
Are you sure? Are you sure? Because you said you did. Okay, you say you disagreed, but I allowed you to speak, and you spent the better part of a minute describing your situation.
And like I was saying at first, I'm a social worker, so
Then she continues to talk about her situation, not understanding that her individual situation is not generalizable to the whole population. Okay.
I work with a lot of women, and I work with a
Mm-hmm.
lot of
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
single women.
But do you ever get the father side of the story?
No,
Thank you.
when I
I'm
say I
sorry.
work,
Hold on, ma'am. You get one side. There are three sides: hers, his, and the truth. And guess what? I can pull up video after video of women breaking the law, lying, and females believing it. 74-year-old man in Idaho Springs was tasered, framed, and stroked out because his neighbor, who was drunk, high, and had multiple felonies, lied and said he had them. Go look it up, guys. And that guy didn't get anything. And you know what? The female cop was over there. This old man, they tasered him in his own home, planted evidence on him, and they were more concerned with the woman who was drunk and high.
So what Kevin is talking about is the idea that in modern society, right, women are so favored that even if they do something bad, they're still favored over men, right? But again, privilege is invisible to those that have it. Anyway, so there you go. Let's continue.
So, women tend to believe women's sob stories. And you cannot be an intelligent person and tell me just because you're a social worker, hearing one side of the story, knowing you're a single mother predisposed to having a heart for women, that you're getting a balanced picture. Logically tell me that's what you're doing.
No, what I'm saying is I'm not only am I a social worker, I am a female, and I do.
It's perfect. It's like, oh my god, the sheer lack of like accountability and ability to reason is ridiculous, right? You see that? So he's giving her facts, data, statistics, logic, and she's like, I know what you're saying, I hear what you're saying, but I'm a woman, and so I understand. You see what I'm saying? So it's just ridiculous, right? That is not how you have a reasoned argument. Oh my god. Okay, let's continue.
I do work with a lot of single women that I have seen.
A lot of single women who choose to marry before they carry, do things out of order, and you don't get the father's story, right?
I'm speaking about dating, Mr. Samuel.
No, ma'am, I'm speaking about you're trying to set the table in a bullshit way. Do these women in social work come in here and they're married women who have children as a result of marriage and their husbands are still around?
Some, yes, sir.
Some, what percentage? 1 in 4 Black women were married. Careful.
Married about 6%.
So 94% of these women aren't.
Yes, sir.
So when you say some, I don't understand why y'all do that. Some, if your kid came home and said, Mom, here's my grade, and he gave you an F minus, you said, boy, you didn't get nothing. What did you do? You got an F minus? I got some of them, right?
Okay, so anyway, the girl is arguing without any basis in fact. So anyway, we've totally lost the plot here, but basically she's trying to make arguments that are based entirely on her own experience, and nothing is based on reality here. She's just literally 100% just going off of her own individual solipsistic opinion and assuming that the whole population is that way. Like, obviously that's not going to fly. Okay, we're going to move on to our Reddit post because this one is pretty long, so let's go into that. Is dating bad, or are you bad at dating? From our favorite subreddit, FDS. My family and friends tell me I make blanket statements about men, and not all men. Indeed, because many women do make blanket statements about men as though they're all the same. And they're not. In fact, usually when women make blanket statements, they make those statements about Chad, which is the top 10% of the population. Okay, anyway. On the other hand, I do see women who honestly do believe every man is bad and none of them are salvageable. For example, some members here who recognize that this is a dating sub and go ahead and discuss being celibate forever, or how dating is futile, after mods said not to do that. I'm not trying to complain, just think it's odd to be perceived that way when I'm not like that and see other women who are. So again, many women see themselves as the exception. They think that they're not like that. They think they're different. They don't think they're like other women. And so they don't think they behave like other women. Then you look at their actions, you look at their choices in dating, you look at who they're interested in, and it literally comes out to be it's always Chad. In my life, I've come to terms with the fact that I was both reinforcing patterns I inherited from my life and patriarchy, and also encouraging way too many misogynistic men who took advantage or were A-word. So, guys, this is literally just trying to deflect responsibility, and here you go. Misogyny, right, were A-word. So the idea is that it's not my fault. These guys were A-word. These guys were bad. But this girl actively chose those men when she had a whole plethora of men who were interested in her. You see what I'm saying? The wrong decision was made when choosing the guy. And when she says that we live in a patriarchy, no, we don't. We live in a matriarchy. We live in a life that's a world that's woman favored. That doesn't mean I gave up. I've taken time off dating, but I don't see myself as more negative than I was before. You don't see yourself as that, but you have more baggage, higher end count. You have a greater amalgam. You have less ability to pair bond. You're older. It doesn't matter if you don't see yourself as having something negative. Your past actions have created that for yourself. I don't subscribe to being a perpetual spinster. Well, it's funny that she would use the word spinster. I'm a bachelorette. Thank you very much. Oh, okay. This stuff is characteristic of women in the lady phase. So, probably 35 plus if she's using phrasing like this. So, she has ruined her life very, very badly. I've seen people who look down at me for being single, and then I've seen their own relationships fall apart. Right, so this girl has been with so many guys. She's burned out her ability to pair bond. No guy is good enough, and now she takes pleasure in seeing other people's relationships break apart. This is the kind of girl that if she's your friend, she'll try to break up your relationship. If anything, I'm relieved I avoided bullets and am excited about my future. I know any man I date now would be better than the ones I used to give chances to who weren't good enough. Right, so I had my fun, I made my mistakes, but now I've done my healing and I'm ready to settle down with a good partner. Read, a man who will save me from all my bad decisions. I was bad at dating. I had terrible points of reference and experiences that reinforced negative beliefs. Right, so basically, it's not my fault. I'm just bad at dating. The mistakes I made are nothing to do with me. It's all to do with my conditioning and with society. You see? So a girl who's not able to accept responsibility like this, how could you possibly date her? She's going to ruin any relationship by never taking responsibility for anything. I know that having a better outlook is a matter of creating better experiences and more positive points of reference. The point is to avoid bad men and not let them cloud my vision of the future. Right, so what she's saying is, the only experiences I have in the past were choosing bad men, but now I want a good man, right? So she actively chose Chad 50 times, and now she wants to choose a better man, right? But every time she talks to that better man, quote unquote, she's going to be thinking about Chad and how he did it. You see what I'm saying? I know that having a better outlook is a matter of creating better experiences and more positive points of reference. Right, okay, never mind. Dating is good. Dating is fun. I'm so excited and will have fun with it. Oh, so now she's talking about having Chad again? Okay, this is a mess. Dating is about vetting, and if I have bad experiences, I assume it's because I haven't vetted enough or got unlucky. I won't let it define my future. Well, sorry, but the mistakes of your past do define your future. Past behavior is the best indicator of future behavior. How about you girls? What's your outlook? Do you think dating sucks, or are you also realizing it was you that was bad at vetting? Right, so again, this girl is just failing to take any responsibility or accountability for anything. Let's look at the comments here. A bit of both. This is a top comment with 300 upvotes. Dating is exhausting. Yes, there are good men out there, but it takes so much vetting to find them. I've definitely gotten better at vetting over the past couple of years, but the dating market is also terrible. Right, so she's saying, again, she's also not taking responsibility, and she's saying it takes so much vetting. So she ran through guy after guy after guy, never finding any guy that was good enough. I think it's both. The dating pool is definitely less to be desired, and it's our job to vet these men until proven innocent. Right, so this girl has been hurt, quote unquote, so many times in the past that she believes all men are guilty. You see what I'm saying? Personally, I was bad at dating before FDS. After I finished college, focused on myself for a couple of years, and lurked on the sub, I now feel confident and ready to put myself out there. After sleeping with 25 chads. In brackets. I do think dating is fun with the right people, and I'm excited to see what my 20s and the rest of my life holds. When bad behavior is present, it's time to cut them off. Being content with being single and releasing your expectations of the outcome of dating has made it more enjoyable for me. Right, so I don't date with a goal in mind. I instead just enjoy the experience and hook up is the implication there. Okay, we're going to end the video there, guys. I'm done. So if you're new to the channel, like the content, please give me a sub, hit all for notifications. If you're listening on the podcast, give me a 5-star review and give me a follow. Thank you so much for listening, guys, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Please remember to do all of the following. Like the video for the algorithm. Comment on the video. I respond to all comments and I'll give you a heart. Subscribe and hit the bell so you can see my content on your feed. Check out all of my content on other platforms. It spreads the reach of the channel. YouTube, bit.ly/Helios YouTube. Rumble, bit.ly/Helios Rumble. My blog is realheliosblog.com. My podcast, bit.ly/Helios Podcast. My Patreon, patreon.com/theheliosblog. You can also support the show at bit.ly/Helios donations and buy my books at bit.ly/Helios books. Thank you so much for all of your support.